Hello everyone, this is Lauren from Etheric. I haven't done a pre-recorded reading in quite some time. I've mostly been doing lives, and yeah, I want to get back into doing my pre-recorded horoscopes and such. So to get us into it, I just decided that I wanted to do a reading for each sign. I'm going to pull one card and I'm going to talk to each one of you. I'm going to do them in order from like Aries being the youngest sign all the way up to Pisces. So just flick along to who you want, because I do sun, moon and rising, and you can click to whichever one applies to you. And it's just going to be a general and love reading, general love, career. Just see what's going on for you coming into this month of July. What's coming up for you for the next 2 weeks? All right. So I'm going to go with Aries. All right. A bit impatient, are we, Aries? No, Aries is never impatient. What are you talking about? You're never impatient, are you, Aries? Oh my goodness, of course. Of course. This is an Aries card if ever I saw one. A Page of Wands, so like a young fire sign. This is your card. Now, Page of Wands is somebody who is at the beginning of their journey. They're just mulling over the ideas and everything is possible. Everything is new and exciting, and this could be applying to a relationship, as in like it's the birth of a relationship, the beginning times for a relationship where everything's exciting and fun, and you got butterflies in your stomach and your heart's racing and everything is incredible, and you just get really swept up in it emotionally, you know? So for you, I feel like that everything's new and exciting. Just like the Aries sign is, everything is new and exciting. And things are passionate. And all things are possible. Now, they've just brought in for me a little bit of advice as well. Because sometimes Aries can be very passionate and get more swept up in the emotion than thinking about. It's almost like they have the expectation that that's going to last forever, that the level of passion that is at the beginning of something, like let's say it applies to your work, as in like, wow, this job is amazing, it's going to be like this forever, but once you settle into it, it becomes routine, and it's not so new anymore, and you sort of have to like settle in with the fact that you're familiar with it now. And it's the same with relationships. Starts off really strong and passionate and sexy and fun, but then like you start to get used to one another and it shifts into a deeper love, and you need to actually start putting in more effort to make it passionate, to keep that energy going. It's just not going to like energize itself. You actually do have to start actively doing things in order to keep that passion going. So you may get depressed if that doesn't sustain itself by itself forever, and that's just not like that. It's just not sustainable, you know. So I think that going into things, not to take a negative spin on it and go, oh yeah, like it's good now, but yeah, it's not going to last. It's not that kind of thing. It's more like, I'm here and I'm present and I'm enjoying it, and I want to continue keeping this energy that I feel, and can try to find my ways to continue that throughout the longevity of your job or your relationship. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. So we're going to go over to Taurus now. All right. So Taurus. It's a reading for you. All right. I'm going to have to bend over and grab that. Oh, yeah, quite a jumper. We've got the Page of Swords. Doesn't matter whether she's in the reverse or not. Page of Swords is where we're going too much on social media. So this is where we're looking up our ex, or our ex is looking up us and then reaching out to us through social media. Yeah. So what happens when we start going onto social media and looking at other people and what's going on in their lives, and we start to compare how our lives are going, particularly if it's an ex and they've got a new partner now. So you can decide, like, it doesn't even matter like how that relationship ended. It still ended, and there's still a part of us that will probably compare that person's life to ours, like even on a subconscious level. So I do caution you to that when you do feel like you want to be looking at checking in on your ex, or checking in on somebody that you no longer associate with, just to see how they're going, just to see what they're doing and what they're up to and whether they're dating someone. And then you start looking at that person that they're dating and who their friends are. And yeah, you just kind of go down that little Facebook rabbit hole or social media rabbit hole. And it ends up affecting you a lot longer than the time that it takes for you to just look. And you may have to think to yourself, do I need to maybe block that person? Do I need to maybe put some things in place so I don't feel so tempted? Because it actually does bring you down. So anybody who's listening to this reading, it affects you personally when you are looking up perhaps an ex's social media, and there's like a dejection that will happen. And I mean, you could have even been the one to break it off, to be honest. Maybe they weren't living up to the expectations of what you wanted, and it's one of those situations where like you love them but you had to walk away anyway because they weren't right for you, but you wish they were. You wish they were something that they weren't, and they just weren't. And now, even though you broke up with them and they weren't all the things that you wanted them to be, but now, like, it's almost like you start to see all the things that you wanted them to be, but they're doing it with other people, and that can really hurt. That can just don't put yourself through that, is what I'm saying. Don't put yourself through it, because you don't know the whole story. It's obviously what you see on social media is like the best version, most of the time, is the best version of what people want other people to see. You don't know what's going on for that person emotionally. You don't know that they are happier with this person than they were with you. And honestly, it doesn't matter, you know? You just don't want to put yourself through that sort of psychological headspace. Okay, so that was for you, Taurus. Let's go on to Gemini. What's going to go on for Gemini in the upcoming weeks of July? Ooh, okay, we're getting restless and we're getting a little bit bored. We're wanting to make a move. Yeah, we're getting bored with where we are. You're getting anxious and wanting to like shift and move and get things going, but you feel really stuck in the position that you're in. So this can manifest in a lot of ways. So we've got the Empress and we've got her in reverse. In the upright, she is all about abundance and growth and fertility and moving towards growing, building, flow and things, moving as they should. Things are not moving as they should, and they're taking too long, and you're getting frustrated, you're getting anxiety, and yeah, just a lot of frustration with your current situation, and you're a bit bored with your situation at the moment as well. So you're wanting to, it feels to me like, yeah, you're going to work, you're in a relationship, and life is being lived, the things are being paid, rent's being paid, you're ticking all of the necessary things that life requires for life to keep going. The problem is there's a block that's keeping you from really being satisfied and joyful around life. There's a, is this it type of feeling. I like, isn't there any more than this? Like, it's a very slightly apathetic feeling as well. As in, like, yeah, like if someone said, like, oh, do you like your job? It's like, oh, it's okay. Like, it pays the bills. It, and then it's like, oh, do you have any other passions or things? Like, oh, I mean, I work a lot and I don't really have time to do things, or I don't really know what I want. It's kind of like, oh, I kind of feel like I should be doing A, B, or C, or I've always wanted to like learn an instrument or do this, but you don't have the motivation or the passion in order to just like really do it and really start expanding yourself, you know? So it feels like a little bit like apathy, a little bit like boredom with where we are. And like maybe we've achieved a lot of the things that we thought we would, but it doesn't feel good. It feels very, very average, very normal. And I know with Geminis, that's something that they don't like normal. They don't like being bored. They like things to be very stimulating and exciting and new. And yeah, that's not happening for you right now. So what would be the advice in order to get things moving? I would maybe have a look at what your priorities are. What are you putting most of your energy in? My dog's just walked in. Hey, buddy. What's up? He might decide to jump on the bed. Anywho, have a look at where your energy is going and whether you need to maybe retract your energy from things that just aren't being very fulfilling, and have a look at being more present in every moment, and by doing that, oh, come closer, buddy. Oh, there he is. So yeah, by being present in every moment, that is how you start to find the joy in the everyday, and then you'll start creating more momentum from day to day with making things more exciting, essentially. I think he wants me to give him FOOD. I can't say it. I have to spell it. I think he even knows the spelling now. Always when I'm in the middle of a video. Every time. I mean, I've like only gotten through 3. I got like 9 signs to get through, buddy. I don't know whether he's going to be able to make it through 9 signs. I might have to make it a 2-parter. He's just going to awkwardly stare at me the whole time. All right. Cancer. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god. He's so unbelievably cute. He might give up. All right. Cancer. Oh, Cancer. I'm so... I always patronize Cancer a little bit. Cancer's like the sweet, adorable, they love. He's getting oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're the sweet and innocent, and they love and they love relationships, and they're just they're just lovely, sweet, gorgeous people. So whenever like Cancer comes, I'm like, oh, Cancer, and guess what? It's the lovers. Of course course it's the Lovers for Cancer. Of course it is. Because you guys love love, and I love that about you. Like, I'm an air sign. I'm an Aquarius, so like I'm like more up in my head than I am in my emotions. But you guys, you're all emotions, you know. So that's cool. Like, I appreciate the differences. He's having a sook. So anywho, so they've gone to my rose quartz here. Rose quartz being for self-love, is love for others. So I think for you guys, there's a lot here, because it did actually come in the reverse, right? The Lovers is a choice. Like, originally it was a choice between ourselves and another person. And sometimes when we're in a relationship, we start to perhaps merge into the other person, and we oh, they're even giving me like a heartache here as well. It's kind of like we attach our heart to the other person. We expect them to, whether we're doing it on purpose or not, it's kind of like once we sort of grow close to someone, we attach all of their pain, so their ups and their downs, and make it our own. So I think what they're kind of wanting to say here is, you're still an individual, and even though you are attached to them, that you are connected with one another through love, it doesn't mean that you have to take ownership over their ups and downs. You can share in their experiences, but like there's like an entanglement that's happening here, where we become enmeshment, where we can't tell the difference between like us and the person that we're with. And it also can manifest with things like we start to not do things because it's not what our partner wants to do. We start like going, oh, I won't do that because I can't do it with my partner, even though it's something I, as a person, would really want to do. We start foregoing the things that we would choose to do if we weren't connected to that partner. And by doing that, we're slowly, piece by piece, sort of losing our autonomy. So yeah, just be mindful of that, guys. All right. Leo season is coming. Okay. So, coming out of Cancer, going into Leo season. I know a lot of Leos, so I'm going to have lots of birthdays coming up. I don't know whether you've noticed, but like, do you have a lot of like Leo friends that have partners who are also Leos? Is that a thing? Just pop a comment down if you notice that like lots of Leos tend to like get together. I think it's because like they're such a strong, like it's a masculine character, but it's like it's such a self-motivated, like they're very career driven and success driven, and there's a reason why they become CEOs. Like, they're always up for the challenge, and they need somebody to be able to keep up with them. Hey, okay. This is impatience. What you impatient about, Leo? So this is patience. This is where we're waiting for our ships to come in and for things to arrive. So in the reverse, it's like you can't wait. This is actually this is a little bit of a Leo like downside, is that because they're so driven, they find it really hard to sit still. If anything kind of like stops their success or their plan. Like, it's like, okay, by the end of this year, this is going to happen. And by the end of next year, and then my 5-year plan, then my 10-year plan, plan. I want everything to be perfect. Everything is going to be planned down to the nth degree. And if I don't plan this, then my life is over. Every time, if things deviate from that plan, it's crisis, you know? So, and there can be like this feeling of impatience if they're not following that plan. So I think that's what Spirit's trying to tell you is, I actually was hearing this today from somebody. I'm sure it's like a very well-known quote, but I don't know the name of someone who did it. Even though it feels like nothing is happening, everything is happening. And that can be really reassuring. So, and it can be hard for a Leo to be doing what they perceive as nothing. And honestly, their version of nothing is probably quite a lot still, just saying. You're probably like still, it's like you have all of this time, like maybe you thought you were going to be doing like this study, and then suddenly that changes and you're not doing that study anymore. Or it's been postponed until next year for some reason, like you didn't get in at the right time, and now you can't start till next year, let's say. So now you thought that you were going to be doing all this study, and now you're not. So you have all this time that you need to fill. And it's like, crap, now I'm wasting time. So just know that sometimes when we're doing nothing, things are still happening if we're engaged in it. If we're not like in agony while we're doing nothing, you know, if we're more so like I'm actively doing nothing, if that makes sense. I know that's a bit of an oxymoron, actively doing nothing. Is that a thing? You're welcome, Leo. You're welcome. With that strange reading. You can just enjoy my dog in the background. Him having a sook. Leo. Virgo. Virgo is next. Virgo. Poor buddy. He's so sad. Okay. We have the Chariot, which is a Cancer card, if that makes any sense. We are currently in Cancer. So right now, I'm getting... Whenever I get an itchy head, it means that like I've got like Spirit directly giving me messages. So I think you guys might actually be getting... a lot of people don't know this, but Virgo actually is a pretty intuitive sign. Usually we assign intuitiveness to maybe a Pisces. Sometimes Aquarius is also seen as intuitive, but generally Virgo and Taurus as well are very intuitive, and it kind of gets missed. So I think that even though you're incredibly rational, and there's a part of you that's incredibly connected to self and source. So I think for you guys, over the next few weeks, your connection to self and source is going to really, really hit home. You might even be feeling like your third eye opening as well and getting activated. With the Chariot, it did come in the reverse, which means like feeling like you're stopped still. It's also my cognitive dissonance card. It's where we have two thoughts that are opposite of one another that are simultaneously going on in yourself. I feel like if you've had confusion in the past around where it is that you want to go and who it is that you are, I think that cognitive dissonance is going to clear up. The idea that it's like, you know how we can harbor guilt about us not being like a good person, even though we do good things. It's like we recognize, like, let's say we work in an industry where we help people like a nurse, yet we have this deep-seated belief that we're a bad person, despite witnessing ourselves and hearing people say that we're a good person. We don't quite believe it. It's just like, wow, thank you so much. Like, I trust you, I love you, I care about you, you're always there for me, you're always, like, you hear this from the people around you on a regular basis. You hear people saying that you're a good person, yet you don't feel like you're a good person. So I think that for you, it's maybe it's going to integrate a little bit more. It's going to integrate that you maybe letting go of a bit of those childhood beliefs that you've built up over time, that maybe your parents didn't make you feel like you're a good person. You were maybe put down quite a lot, and didn't live up to their expectations. Sometimes when parents place a lot of expectations on a child, and we can't live, like, we feel like we can't live up to those expectations, and sometimes they get disappointed, and that disappointment can be really, really damaging, and have some long-term effects. Even though the parents may not know that at the time, they might not realize that that's what's happening, that it's kind of implanting this belief that we're not good enough. So I think for you, we're letting go. We're letting go of that that belief that we're not good enough, and starting to, like, come into that personal power. You know, that's always good. Good for you, Virgo. All right, Libra. Okay, all right. This one really wanted to come out for you, Libra. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles. And you're probably going to get a little bit frustrated by me saying this, because Libra being an air sign, they kind of like things to move a bit quicker. Knight of Pentacles means slow and steady wins the race. It is take your time, take things in very small, achievable bites. If you try to eat the whole piece of cake all at once, it's going to get stuck in your mouth, and you're going to be chewing at it for ages, and then you're going to choke on it, you know? It's not going to turn out very good, and you're not going to enjoy it, to be honest. So if you are wanting to achieve a goal, sometimes we're still achieving it even though we can't see the end result yet. And there's a difference between wanting to, like, improve our fitness, and then suddenly we decide we want to do 3 hours of exercise every single day. We want to run 10Ks every single day, and we just decide that we're doing that every single day. You're going to wear out pretty quickly. You're going to get either bored or tired or hurt yourself, or maybe one day you don't actually do the 10K. Like, maybe you do it for a week. Maybe you get through a whole week, and then on the 8th day, you can't do the full 10Ks. You're too tired. Your body gives out on you, you know? And then because of that, you feel like you failed. You feel like you're not going to make it. And then you don't go. You don't run the next day or the next day or the next day. However, if you'd made the decision to do something small, like a 1 kilometer, like, brisk walk twice a week for an entire year, or not even that, just like, I'm just going to keep on doing it, and it's now going to become one of my routines. It's a routine the same as, like, I walk my dog every day. That is my routine. There is rarely a day that I don't do it. And because it's become integrated into my daily routine, it means that obviously he gets daily exercise. And I also get without a doubt daily exercise. But it's not necessarily something, it's gotten to a point because it's so manageable for me, because it's not like it's like 2-hour walk or anything. It's like half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour. It's not huge. It's very achievable, and it's now become integrated into my life. So think about the ways that you can do that with achieving goals. All right, Scorpio. Love and career and general reading for Scorpio. Oh, he's so tired. Oh, he's so sleepy. He knows I'm talking about him. He just wants to eat. Oh, I said a word that he recognizes. Sorry. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful what you say around your dogs. Little trigger words. Okay, Scorpio. Aha. Knight of Swords. Now, Scorpio, for people watching this, I'm pretty sure like you understand what signs are known for what. And we all know that Scorpio can be very passionate with their words. Sometimes they may say things in the moment they may regret later. That's a very Scorpio thing to do. They tend to get very passionate very quickly, and they are not afraid to tell someone how they feel, which is awesome, because sometimes there's some people that are afraid to tell other people how they feel. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. What can be a bad thing is sometimes if we're saying something and it's not something we actually mean, we're saying it out of spite or to win the argument, just to win it. We could be saying it for to get a reaction, because generally when we do these things, it's because a need is not getting met. So, Scorpio, I want you to ask yourself some questions that when sometimes you may speak or say something to someone and it's not necessarily truly how you feel, or you know that it's coming from a place because you just want to get what you want, and you kind of like think later on like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have said it how I said it, like there's this element of regret around what you say, then it means that in that moment you perceived that you weren't getting what you needed. A need or a want or desire was not getting fulfilled. So you subsequently resorted to a tactic to get what you want. And we all do this. All of us do this. It's where we may want our partner to do something for us. And instead of directly going to them and go, hey, so here's this thing that I want and I desire and would make me feel loved and honored and cherished and noticed and understood. I would really love you to do this. Instead of directly telling our partner or friend or family member, this is what I need from you, we may go about accusing the other person of being neglectful. It's like, you're just neglectful. And now you've accused someone of neglecting you. You don't care about my needs. You don't think. So instead of going, hey, this is what I need from you, I'd really love it if you did this. Again, I statements, not you statements. So you're not accusing anybody of anything. You're just communicating what you need. no, like possibly the person could still take offense, possibly, but that's their shit to deal with, you know. So just ask for what you want rather than using other tactics to do it. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, so they've given me 21. So the 21st of this month is significant for Sagittarius. Okay. Alright, so this is like a bit of a travel card. It's a fire card as well. It is in the reverse. So Sagittarians love adventure. They love travel. They're independent. Like, you know that a Sag, even if somebody that they're with wants them to do one thing, they're pretty headstrong. They won't listen to the person that they're with. They'll be like, I'm gonna go do this. I don't really care what you say. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna move to Thailand and I'm going to do this. I'm gonna get a job over there and go scuba diving because that's what I decided I want to do. They're pretty, and they'll do what they got to do in order to get there and do it. Like, they will leap into action really quickly and they will manifest the shit out of that, you know. Love Sagittarius for that. So the Two of Wands is just that. It's like that, here's the world. What am I going to do? I'm super excited. What are all the fun things that I'm going to be doing? However, it did come in the reverse, which means that there's blockages. There's blockages to getting what you want, and that can be really frustrating. It can be frustrating because obviously, since Sages are all about travel, that's not something that we really can do, certainly not to the extent that you might want to. So I think, Saggies, you're getting a bit frustrated by the fact that you can't really fully expand and go on an adventure the way that you want to go on an adventure. However, the good thing is you're still going to be able to achieve that in, I guess, within the parameters of what the world is like now. You can still get adventure with new jobs. You can still move. You can still move about either your state or your country. You can still move within it. And you can still find adventure with new surroundings. So you may feel dejected by the fact that it's not exactly what you would have envisioned for yourself originally, but you're still going to capture the same feeling. So, that's good. Things are going to change for you quite a bit, and movement definitely is going to happen. Change is definitely going to happen. Don't worry, change will happen. Calm down. You'll get to go out and have your independence, okay? All right, Capricorn. Okay, routine, regiment, success, and like they're making me shuffle the cards really like specifically, almost like in a do it exactly this way, like a micromanaging. That's what it feels like. So we've got a bit of a micromanaging thing going on for the next few weeks. This is a bit of a micromanaging card, to be honest. So in the upright, this is where we're diligently working on things, working like it's still methodical. But when it's in the reverse, it verges not from methodical, it goes into micromanage. It goes into OCD a little bit. Like, it becomes like we start to control every single little thing in our lives. People, time management, everything to the nth degree. We just completely control every single aspect of it. And then because we are wanting things to go exactly right, every time things deviate from that, it creates a heck of a lot of anxiety for us. So if we're kind of like, because we can't control the world and we can't control people and their behavior. I'm sorry to tell you, Capricorn, but you can't control the people around you. I know you would love to do that. Like let's be honest. I think everybody would love to be able to control the behavior of other people around them. It's like, why can't you just behave the way that I would? Why can't you just do the things that I would do? Why doesn't the world make sense? Because this is how it should be, kind of thing. And so it kind of can create like a little bit of anxiety for you because the world isn't behaving the way you want, and so it feels like chaos to you, and chaos to a Capricorn is horrible. It shows that they don't know what's going to happen next, and that is pretty scary, to be honest. So I kind of feel like you need to embrace the flow of things and to allow things to fall into place the way that they need to. And then when things don't go your way, to be able to see it for what it is. It's not that it's ruining things. It could be an opportunity to have something better than what you had originally tried to plan. I'll use as an example. Okay, let's say you're going on a date and you have planned every step of the way. You've planned that you're going to go maybe you're going to have like a drink or two at this particular cool bar, and then you're going to go to a really nice restaurant, and then you wanted to go for a walk along the water or along the beach or something like that. You had everything planned down to a T. However, when you meet the person, they're very different to what you expected, and maybe they don't want to go to the bar. Maybe something is happening. Maybe there's a festival on, like a music festival, and you didn't plan for the music festival, but you had all these plans, and this other person is just like, hey, let's go to this music festival, let's just do this thing. You've made reservations, you've made plans or whatever, and that's the night you thought was going to happen. But guess what? That's not the night that's going to happen. You're going to be going to the music festival, and you're going to be meeting some interesting people, and you can't predict it, you know? So that is for you, Capricorn. Embrace and be open to the new and wonderful different things that are going to happen. Okay. Aquarius. Almost finished. 2 more to go. My dog will be very happy once I get to give him his feeding time. Ooh, Aquarius. 2 of Cups. So this is union. This is equal. Equal investment is the key word here. So it's possible that for the most of you, when it comes to relationships, there's been a very unequal, unbalanced investment when it comes to dating and relationships, where the other person just does not put in anywhere near the amount of effort that you deserve, and you are left being the one that's putting in all the effort, and you know what, like no relationship is 50-50 all the time. Like sometimes you're going to have like a 30-70 split, depending on like where you are within the relationship and what's going on for each partner. But you know what I mean. You know the ones where it's like Somebody is hanging around, like they like having you as an option. They like knowing that you're there when it's convenient to them, when they want you. However, when it's time that you want them and you need them, they're not willing to like follow through with that. So it's the person that's like, you're there when it's convenient for them, when they are the ones that are feeling down and need you to fill a void of some sorts. That's when they will come to you, but it will be only self-serving. It's not an equal, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm also fully capable of taking care of myself at the same time. So it's like, yeah, so the perfect example of this, I don't know whether you can tell that they're both holding on to their chalice, and you can tell that by the movement is that the gentleman had 2 cups, and don't worry about genders because it works the other way around. So it's like, oh, I've got these 2 chalices. It's not a matter of going, here's my chalice. It's, guess what? My chalice was so full that I was able to fill this one up as well. Would you like it? So do you get the difference? I actually don't see this as being swapping chalices. Like, this is all my love and that's all your love and we're swapping. I see it as in, I had so much for myself that I had all this leftover love to give, and that I filled up this whole other cup and I'm giving it to you. And that is what investment is. That's what equal, healthy, reciprocal investment and connection is. So that is for the Aquarius. Pisces. My last one for the night. What have we got for you? Not talking, are we? Alright, this one. 4 of Swords. Rest, presence, grounded, meditation. This is where things were a bit rough for a while, as in like things have been chaotic and out of control and a bit difficult, a bit traumatic, a bit crazy, basically. Things have been a bit crazy lately. Maybe the first few months of 2021 have been like quite rough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Bit shit. So finally, July, you get to get a bit of respite. You get to rest. You can recoup and regenerate yourself. Maybe the Mercury retrograde was like a nice pinnacle point for you to like review how insane things have been for you, and you've been able to like make the choices that were necessary in order to like go, oh my god, I can't keep working this job with these people. I can't keep having the same fight over and over again with my partner. It's like you got emotionally exhausted to the point where you were forced. You might have even gotten like, you know how when you work so hard that you get tired and stressed that you actually hurt yourself? And sometimes, like, when you actually should be taking a break and you don't listen to your body, you don't listen to your intuition, you know you should stop, but you don't. So something will happen to make you stop. Like maybe you hurt yourself and you have to, or you get sick because of stress. So you're like, crap, now I actually have to stay in bed. I have to stop because the universe and my body just said, no, stop it. Stop overworking yourself. You're exhausted, you silly goose. Here's a sprained ankle just for fun, you know? It's all right, don't worry. It won't necessarily be a sprained ankle. Sorry if it is. But you know this scenario. As a Pisces, like, you guys, you overgive. Like, you will give to the point of you shouldn't give anymore. So, yeah, now's time for rest, dear Pisces. And please, after this rest, don't go back to those same. So it's kind of like, cool, I have holidays now, or I have a break, or whatever. Don't go straight back into it and do the same thing over and over again. You have to do something differently, otherwise this will keep happening to you. Whew. Okay, well, that brings us to the end. That's all of the signs. Thank you so much for sitting through that. If you would like a personal reading, you can either go to my Facebook page, or you can personal message me through there if you like, or you can go to my website, www.etherictide.com. All the details are down below. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.